The success of the England netball team at the Commonwealth Games has helped raise the profile of women's sport. Having more women leaders in sport is not enough on its own to bring about cultural change. It is one of the conclusions of a new report by the charity which works to promote gender equality in sport, says campaign group Women in Sport. Beyond 30% workplace culture in sport was based on surveys of more than 1,000 people working in sport. Women in Sport will share the report to help raise awareness and understanding of discrimination. Of those surveyed, 38% of women working in sport said they had experienced active discrimination because they were female, compared to 21% of men. We have to work with the sports sector to change things for the better, building a more inclusive workplace culture where both women and men can reach their full potential, said Women in Sport Chief Executive Ruth Holdaway. Women in Sport has monitored the number of women in board and senior leadership roles in sports national governing bodies in England and Wales via its annual Beyond 30% audit over the past 7 years. The report said there is a need to redress the gender imbalance. However, this year's research focused on the culture within sport. It added, to bring about meaningful and lasting change, redressing the gender imbalance alone is not enough. It is vital to also address the barriers within the culture of sports organizations to create environments in which both women and men truly thrive. According to the survey, 30% of women working in sport and 11% of men had experienced what they called inappropriate behavior from the opposite sex. 72% of men working in sports said they believe there is fair and equal treatment of men and women in their organization. Compared to 46% of women, 58% of women said they felt they had to prove themselves more than men, whereas 42% of men said the same. The results came from in-depth discussions with 42 men and women and a survey of 1,152 men and women carried out between September 2017 and March 2018. Those surveyed work within the sports industry at companies such as national governing bodies, leisure organizations, county sport partnerships and sports charities, but did not athletes, volunteers or coaches. I believe that the sports sector understands that gender discrimination is wrong, but our report shows that under the surface it is still happening, said Holdaway. We led this in-depth research to get to the heart of this issue and understand why.